Good morning, guys. My name is Rudo. I'm a full-time stay-at-home crypto trader. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at the analysis that I shared with you guys last week. So what you can see is that we had Bitcoin. Sorry, Peter, just quickly. Bitcoin is now sitting around 95. ETH still sitting at 2,600. So we have a situation where price-wise, a lot has not been doing. Not a lot has changed since the whole week. And if we then move over to the charts, you can clearly see that we've been grinding in this sideways fashion on area, which makes trading exceptionally hard because there's overlaps. You need to almost, when you have profit, when you see it, take it immediately, kind of thing. And that creates the frustrating part. So that if you keep doing that, if you keep being very aggressive with your profit, at some stage the breakout happens and then you sell immediately because there's profit again, and then it never runs. So it's the hard part is to try and find that balance, and the hope is that we can look at that. Okay, and for that reason, I kind of want to look at how low can Bitcoin go so that we can get good entries in for that reason specific. Okay, so the setups that was shared last week, we had a long idea at the beginning of the week. I'm going to just move them to the side so that they not overwhelming, and the discussion, all the discussion lines, I'll just remove that for you guys. I tend to leave it on just so that you can see where we were when we left off the last time for anybody that is joining in new. While I do that, guys, say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Hello, Mr. Impatient Monk. Hello, Liesel. Let's see where you guys are at. Or do you like the idea that we're going to be bearish, perhaps? Can you buy in on that narrative, and can your HODL bags maybe afford that narrative, the selling of a bearish narrative to you guys? So let's quickly see. Okay. Now, while I wait for your comments, and we can discuss that a little bit later during the stream, let's do some TA. So what was the idea? Well, originally, I was looking to be bullish. The argument was that from this point onwards, I wanted to see price move into this kind of wick. Now, as the rule always goes, when you have an insanely big candle like this, okay, but it ends up with a huge wick and price trading below it immediately, okay, that is a sign of a potential reversal. So it means that 50% of that wick, that would typically be the area where one would say, hey, things might not get there. Okay. And the opposite is when you have a huge wick like this and price stays above it, okay, the argument yet again is a reversal. So 50% of that wick, the argument is you want to go long. You want to try and take the buy. So the long setup was shared with you guys, meaning that it was shared on the 10th of February, a week ago, Monday, okay? And I wanted to see price try and attack this $99,000 level and potentially break the longer-term bearish trend, okay? Or 4-hour, remember 4-hour trend, okay? Meaning high and lower high. And I want to see price kind of migrate from there to these lines, with the intention that at that stage we could potentially, still have short ideas. Okay, so that never played out. The market showed its hand, gave us a little bit of weakness. That long failed. Oops. And before that long failed, on the Tuesday, so the 11th of February, I also shared you guys the short with the optimal buying obviously happening at around 99. That would be the sweet spot area. We went down, made a lower low, made another wick, tested that as demand, then went to the upper end of that area, filled that short yet again, okay? And at the moment, price is sitting here, which brings the question. The fact that the long failed means that I'm more weighted to the short, okay? And over the weekend, we had a little bit of a rally, a little bit close to Friday, a little bit of a, I don't want to know, FOMC pump. Yeah? and from that point onwards, it's just been downhill from here. Okay, so it brings the question, how low can this go? Okay, so let's take away the brush strokes because these are all just gibberish. And let's then dissect this short further so that you guys can trade on the right side of the right mindset. Okay. Now, over to the comments. I see it's a very dead, very quiet. Guys, are you scared shitless of the bear market? I mean, or are you scared scared about this. Let me know where your feelings are at. Come on. I need some feedback. Your sentiment matters. Let's zoom out. So when we zoom out to this, see, BJ02 says is bullish. Okay, Patient Monk says 94 add with cash currently moving BTC annual gains into ETH. Okay, so for me, I'm changing my mind again. The nice thing about this is you're allowed to change your mind as many times as possible, but I'm changing my mind because in the end of the day, I think we're going to go and visit some lower targets. Okay, so for now, the only real area where demand would be the next time I would consider being bullish. Okay, for those that are bullish, okay, would be in this demand zone here. So we've tickled the top of it. Okay, but for me, the buy zone would be 92. So I would suspect that for this week, the first area where real buying is going to come in, where we're going to stop being range bound in this choppy zone would be there. So consider using that as your measuring stick for when to be bullish or timing for when to be bullish. So I would say that's the area. And then that kind of almost answers the question, how low can it go? How low can Bitcoin go, seeing that it is moving bearish down? Well, first stop 92. Now, the question then is, if the RSI then, which is already giving us a nice clean pivot there, okay, at this area here, at $98,000, okay, if this buy does the following and the RSI starts moving higher, price does not make a higher high, my friends, we'll probably test this trend line again or something like that, but then the door is open for lower targets like 85, 70. I mean, you can really go apeshit and say 31, 36 for that matter. There's, from a TA point of view, significant evidence to say that it can even go as low as that. Okay, how does this change the larger picture? The idea of the prolonged bull market until October, 2025. That I will discuss in this afternoon stream when we're going to be looking at our HODL bags and kind of define or decipher what needs to be done next there. Okay, now guys, if you want a little bit more content, you want to join in, you want access to my buddy indicator that gives you good buy signals, TP, sell signals for the shorts and so forth, you're more than welcome to do so. All you need to do is open your own Blofin account today. Simple as that. Blofin is a channel trade partner. If you open your account, make sure that you have the Crypto EMC referral in there. Links in the video description. And then you head over to the Discord. It's as simple as that. And what you need to do is just go to the navigation channel and say that I've used one of your partnerships or I need the buddy indicator. Any of these buttons will get you to the right place. If you want the Blofin promotion, you click on the little Blofin button. There's all the terms and conditions of what you get with your advantages in there, nicely written, and all you need to do is then just claim your Blofin, claim your access because you used the Blofin account. It's as simple as that. Okay, so this afternoon we're going to be looking at this. So the bullishness that I had for ETH is kind of dissipated. Okay, and the buying and selling to ETH, like Impatient Monk is saying, I'm kind of putting a big pause on that. I'm going to be honest with you. So I'll explain that to you in this afternoon's HODL stream. Okay. So in conclusion, Bitcoin, how low can it go? First step, 92. We're in a short. Short is moving down to 92. And at that stage, risk to reward ratio for that short would be, let's quickly have a look. That's the wrong corner. Let's just move it back. There we go. Risk to reward ratio on that one would be putting us at a 2.3. So if you risk $100, you'll make $230 or something like that. So it's not a crazy risk to reward ratio just yet, but it's the beginnings of. So if this thing starts moving down to these lower areas, the 85s, where I think the bounce could happen, the risk reward on this initial would start taking you to about 6. That's really good. And then if we're wrong, there's the long, and we should be good for the week. So that's everything, guys. So thanks so much for taking the time. Let's see what PJ has to say. Sweep up the 3rd February low, and then up to create bullish divergence on the 4-hour and the 12-hour, followed by dominance breakdown on the weekly pivot. Okay. Well, there you have it. He's got a game plan based on this. So PJ, Trade that thing to perfection. Stick to your game plan. Don't deviate from your game plan ever, because that's the only thing that keeps you sane in a market that kind of goes choppy like that. So well done there, my friend. And anybody else, any questions or anything, drop them in the comments. I'll check them out during the run of the morning. This afternoon when I do the stream, I'll make sure to incorporate that into the HODL content for us. Okay. Videos like, or content like, we're going to be looking at Cardano. It's tickled the get the hell out if you haven't done already zone, your take action zone. We need to be looking at Solana. Let's see what Solana's at the moment. So it's really weak at this stage, to be honest with you. So I don't know. Solana's probably not going to give you the exit at 225. So Solana's probably going to go start hitting 110, 120 again. The last time there was really good support, because it's fell back into a previous trading range, or on top of a previous trading range. So those kind of things are there. And when we look at your coins like XRP, they now also reach that area where it is get the hell out, so we're rejecting at these critical pivots that I shared yesterday. So prepare yourself, guys, for scenarios a little bit more downside. Statistically, I think February is going to be a bearish end for us, but then it's going to lead to a nice March, April, May. And you know the rule, as I always say, sell in May, go away. So the next end of the next wave will probably be around May, a little bit of retrace, and then from that point on, we could then climax at October, November this year with a bull market all-time high. Okay. For the afternoon stream, we'll also be looking at the Dixie. We'll be considering what's happening in there. And then I'll have a complete breakdown on all the various, news events, so that we can kind of have an idea of how this could potentially impact our long-term bags as well. Okay. So in conclusion, guys, go short. There's no other better direction than that at the moment. Okay. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
I'll keep hustling.
Subscribe now.